Hello, my name is Sarah Templeton and I'm going to tell you all about our charity ADHD Liberty in the hope that you might want to help fundraise or donate. We're very, very passionate about what our charity does. It's all about keeping ADHD people out of prison. I worked in prisons as a counsellor. I worked in young offender units and adult male prisons, and I can tell you that they are packed to the rafters with ADHD people. The vast majority of whom are undiagnosed and don't even know they're ADHD, but there are also people in there who are diagnosed ADHD, but for one reason or another are not on the ADHD meds. So because they've not been on the medication, they've still been risk-taking, thrill-seeking, nicking cars, doing all that sort of stuff, and they ended up in prison. So our charity was set up by me because it is my great passion to rid the prisons of ADHD. I won't be happy until the prisons are empty of people with ADHD because they shouldn't be in there. These people are risk takers, thrill seekers. They don't think of the consequence. They push boundaries. They think they know best and they want everything in their own way because they're ADHD traits. It's not a crime to have ADHD, but because they're not medicated, and a lot of them, an awful lot of them, haven't even got a clue they're ADHD, they carry on committing these silly little crimes and being put back in prison time after time. My very first client ever in Aylesbury Young Offenders actually used to say to me, and this was before I was diagnosed ADHD, he used to say to me over and over, "I don't think like other people, Sarah. My brain isn't like other people." And I just kind of accepted that, but didn't think anything more of it. Now, of course, he's ADHD and we've now got him diagnosed. So now I understand all these young offenders, why I got on so well with them, and the older offenders also why I got on so well with them, because they're all ADHD and they should not be in prison. So our charity, ADHD Liberty, it's all about keeping ADHD people out of prison and away from the criminal justice system. So the way we do that is we have grants that we can give to people. For example, somebody a teenager who's in trouble with the law and he's not diagnosed and he's not medicated, we can give them a grant to get that done. We can get them privately assessed, privately diagnosed and privately medicated. That's what the charity does. We can also help anybody who is in trouble with the law. So not just teenagers, young adults, could be a 50-year-old. If they're in trouble with the law for the first time and then we realise that it's ADHD, we can get them assessed, diagnosed and medicated as well. We can also offer all sorts of other help, anything that will keep somebody out of prison. So if they need legal help, if they need therapeutic help, if they need psychiatric help, whatever help it is they need, we will help them and we will give them grants so that they can get assessed. Let's say they need to be assessed for dyslexia or dyspraxia or dyscalculia, dysgraphia or autism or ADHD, whatever it is. We can help them with assessments that will therefore stop their risk-taking, thrill-seeking behaviour and mean they are less likely to end up in prison. So I'm really passionate, and if anybody wants to donate or anybody wants to not pay their corporation tax and instead give it to a charity, please think of us, because we really are working so hard here to keep ADHD people out of prison. And we're very good at it. We work with a solicitor and a barrister who understand ADHD. We've got all the right contacts. We ourselves understand ADHD and ASD so well, and we will help your either child, partner, father, sister, whoever it is who's in trouble. The charity will have funds, and it already has got funds, to help those people. But of course, we're always looking for donations. And I always remind people that if you pay corporation tax, you can instead donate it to a charity. And we have people that do that, who actually donate their corporation tax to the charity. So please think about doing that. We are all working very, very, very hard here. We're not paid, but we're working very hard to keep ADHD people out of prison. And to do that, we need funds. So if you want to support ADHD Liberty in any way, please do throw your coppers at us or throw your corporation tax at us. Or some people set up direct debits to give us a tiny bit every month. We're grateful for everything. And all of it goes straight to these people who are in trouble, and it pays for the professional help that they really need and most often can't afford it. But through the charity, we can make sure they get the right diagnosis, the right medication, and the right chance then of staying out of prison. And that is our goal. It is to keep ADHD people out of prison and away from the criminal justice system. So anything you can do to help us do that, we are incredibly grateful. Thank you.